This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 825. I am Brian Kilby. Glad to be back. Thank you guys for covering the last couple weeks.
You mean it's not an XV episode this week?
It's not an XV episode.
Wow.
And unfortunately, it's probably not going to be one for a while because I should be back pretty much full-time
Is that
now.
unfortunate, though?
Yeah, I enjoy listening.
I mean, I think the shows I do have a nice feel to them, but like, I'll admit it's nice to just sit here and respond to things instead of trying to okay, keep the show moving, keep the conversation interesting.
I like the
trying
movement
not to drown
part.
everybody out like I do.
I like the air control part. That's my favorite part of doing it. So it's why I don't like. It's like when people invite me on their podcast. I'm like, can I host it? Can I press all the buttons? No, then I don't want to be on your podcast.
That would be interesting, though, to be the guest, but be producing the podcast as the guest.
Okay, I have never actually said that, but
no, but that's an interesting concept.
But it's one of those things. It's one of those things. Like, I say no enough, and people stop asking, and it doesn't hurt my feelings because I don't like being on other people's podcasts.
Now you say that, Brian, I'm thinking of podcast remote access, like you do for Microsoft Windows or something like that.
Yeah, you would use something like that. That's Don, Chris, Diecast. I haven't done this in 3 weeks. Diecast, Rob, and Matt.
Hello. Hey, you remembered all our names. Cool.
I had to look at the screen where your name shows. I did have to do that at work today with somebody, and I feel really bad. So.
Don't, Brian. I've been with my job at almost 26 years, and I have to still look at name badges because it's like the names, they all just become, the faces are just blurs.
You like Mark and those guys, you would know them after designing toys for as long as you have been with them.
Yeah.
I mean, they do rotate fairly often, but
Don's Don's the one constant.
Don sometimes calls Mark Aaron still. It's a little embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, yeah.
But it's with love. Oh, well, never mind. I'm joking.
Okay. Hey, so Transformers Tuesday happened. I forgot about it until it was already done, and I went back and I'm like, holy crap, Devcon. And
yes.
And then I saw other stuff too. Like Devcon is the one, sadly, that I'm most excited about, and I shouldn't be.
I think I'm right there with you. It looks really good.
It does.
And then I heard people complain because it's like a remold of Blur, and I'm like, it's more shared engineering. Because
you can barely tell.
Yeah.
The thighs, maybe.
The thighs and the inner frame. That's about it.
I think all it retains from Blur is the unpaintable plastic sprue, which includes, the thighs, a little bit of the torso, like the square structure of the torso, not anything you can see from the outside. The elbow joints, I think, and the in part of the shoulders. That's all that's still left over from Blur. The rest of it is new parts from everything we can tell from the behind the scenes Mark Maher put up later that day. It's extensive, and to call it a retool or even a partial, I think is doing it an injustice. It's predominantly a new toy. It works similarly by necessity, but it is by and large a new toy.
Yeah,
and I've seen people commenting on the alt mode too. But if you go back and look at the animation cell, they got it. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, that's in the Gambler. That's what Devcon looks like, and I was absolutely, because I've mentioned how much I love the Gamblers. One of my favorite episodes.
I've never heard that before.
On one or two occasions.
One or two occasions.
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah, I would go home when I go home from lunch from service merchandise and watch it on my lunch break. But I was just completely taken aback at how absolutely stunning, and the blues, I love the blues.
They look good.
They look so good. I just cannot believe we're finally getting, and I think y'all raised a good point, because Chris, you've been saying for a very long time that how we need new terminology with the way we're talking about this stuff. Basically, Blur is Silverbolt as far as you're getting.
Wait! They made this from Combiner Wars Silverbolt?
I would be surprised at this point, but I'm just saying, Combiner Wars Silverbolt skeleton and engineering cascaded through so many figures that worked. So this Blur is doing the same thing. So I think you're right. It's not a retool in the traditional sense. It's not even a partial. It's just this works, and we know.
Wait, Don. What you're saying is it's blurring the lines.
Oh,
Yes.
ho, ho, ho.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It blurs
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
But-
so
but-
this isn't a partial. This is a mostly.
Yeah.
So people really need to stop saying it's just a blur retool. And we've always
It's
said
really
how
not.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
how much of the original figure is actually in there for it to be
About
just
15%.
yeah. So I mean,
It's the Devcon of Theseus.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah.
smoke. It's like G2 smoke screen and Energon Star screen. It's not a reuse of the mold. It's just we know this works and we're going to use it again because we know it works.
Hey, just real quick, if anybody's watching the video live, we're a podcast, remember? I can't show anything right now because of technical difficulties, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination. Like our listeners, like 99.9% of the people.
Yeah, if you're like not driving while you're listening to this or something, if you're sat somewhere safe and you can pull stuff up, go to bwtf.com. That's why I have in our show notes for us for the reference.
Mm-hmm.
Just go over there. Ben's got a good slideshow of caps from the Transformers Tuesday stream. You can go through that and see everything that we saw if you didn't watch it live. And this is the stuff we're talking about. And just go check out Ben's site in general anyway, because he does good stuff.
I'm underwhelmed by Beachcomber.
I really?
Yeah.
I think they nailed it.
Yeah, they nailed it, but I was fine with the Power of the Primes figure that we got. And this
Yeah, I mean that's really good
Yeah.
too.
it doesn't this is now a deluxe.
Okay, so
Well-
the thing is, this is how I'm rationalizing it. The Power of the Primes Beachcomber is a very good representation of G1 Beachcomber. This has the potential to be an exceptional representation of G2 Beachcomber.
Yes,
take
that's
that.
what I was going to say. Is
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And also, I mentioned this on Twitter. If I had a quarter for every time Hasbro made a parrot accessory, I'd have 2 quarters. That's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened.
This
Because-
is a parakeet, so
Yeah.
you'd have 1 quarter.
Oh, okay, it's a parakeat. Okay, I stand.
Wait, I missed
corrected.
that. He has that?
Yes.
Yeah, he has a.
It's
has-
called it's called out on the box. It's
Yeah, it's
Beachcomber and Paradise
parakeet. Yes, I hope the parakeet can as
I
a
see
hidden
it.
feature. It plugs into the driver's seat. Look like he's driving Beachcomber.
It does. It doesn't, as far as we can see, but it does. The parakeet is part of a 5mm post, and it seems to have a 3mm port inside. So you can either put it in a regular accessory port or onto a blast effect peg.
That's wonderful.
So the application they show in the stock photos is that's sitting on his shoulder in robot mode,
Mhm.
and then it can ride alongside when he's in the dune buggy mode.
That's wonderful.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally part of the title of the toy,
Yeah.
Beachcomber and Paradise Parakeet.
Now I'm thinking of that cover that had the Avengers with Hawkeye and Ant-Man, and I'm thinking of Beachcomber putting the parrot on the end of his gun as an attack parakeet shotter.
Yeah.
I don't. That's weird.
Let's see here.
What do you think of a
Axlegrease?
Decepticon? Yeah, Decepticon Junkion.
Matt, what do you think of a Decepticon Junkion?
This one kind of caught me off guard. Like, this is not at all what I was expecting.
Uh-huh.
I think it's kind of neat. Like, I was expecting the car to look a little bit different just from the the promo art that we've had. I was expecting it to look a little more like a lockdown style car. This is super weird. First of all, to have a Decepticon Junkion, and then far be it from me to complain about purple Decepticons. Like, I'm never going to complain about purple Decepticons. This is just not what I was expecting. I like it. I don't think I need multiples of this particular one, but I do hope that this mold gets released in more Junkion appropriate colors somewhere down the line, like in a multi-pack or something with a Nancy, just throwing that out there. Or some other, Junkion multi-pack somewhere down the line. I will definitely get one of this one because it just doesn't feel like it goes with the rest of the Junkions.
It's a Decepticon, so it wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. But I do like it.
From a fiction standpoint, you'd have to imagine there was at least some Junkions. It's like, I don't like these guys. I want to go with the other guys.
Yeah,
The Decepticons pay better.
yeah, that doesn't bother me.
But
yeah,
also,
no, I mean, I kind of internalized the Junkions as being like semi-mercenary anyway. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if the Decepticons want to buy stuff from them, they'll do business with the Decepticons. And this one's just, you know, out there being like, you know, more involved actively than the average Junkion.
yeah. I've been seeing people saying they hope.
I never saw them as business people. I saw them as hoarders.
Yeah.
But some people are saying this could be a good ruckus, and I'm kind of seeing that because we got Crankcase from Skids, so that's one.
Beachcomber would be a better ruckus.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so is this Dirge a repack or is this new?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
a repack.
When did it come out originally? Because I don't remember having it.
About 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, then that's
as an
why I don't-
Amazon exclusive.
Oh yeah, okay, that's why I don't remember it then. Okay, yeah, I've got it.
It came with was it Ramjet? I think.
Yeah, Ramjet.
Oh yeah, I definitely have it. I just don't.
Because then Thrust came out as a Target exclusive later that year.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Now, yeah, I remember that. But that's good if you missed out.
And
Different
the
face,
way they
I
were
believe.
talking, they don't seem to have like a concrete plan for getting Ramjet back out, but they express that they want to find a place to put that so that both of those Amazon exclusive cone heads do get re-released. So
I mean, we know the tooling for the wings is still there because we keep getting it. So
yeah, of course.
So
why would you just release one if the problem was a supply chain shortage and you acknowledge that?
they probably just haven't decided where they're going to release it yet.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they just need to find a place for it. It doesn't have a
Plus-
home yet is the problem.
Exactly. Plus, also the fact is, it's kind of a ready, set to go fallback if they have something planned and there's something that they have to bump out of the way to make a case assortment work. They know what this costs. They know the production of it. So it's like, hey, this isn't working out. We got to move it to another wave. We've got that other jet we haven't used.
Yeah.
Let's put it in there as a balancer for the case because it's a known cost of production.
This
Inside tips straight
Yeah.
from the man.
straight from the man. So this Nemesis Leo Prime really makes me want them to do a new legacy style big convoy, so we can have a Nemesis Prime to go with it.
I think they need to do a Nemesis Leo Toxitron.
Sure.
Cowards.
I
Do
wouldn't
it.
mind seeing.
Do it.
Flash
I
Leo
mean-
Convoy.
Yeah,
I'm not getting. I haven't even up Leo Convoy yet.
it's nice.
I'm going to probably pass on this as my plan, but I'm hoping we get a select Galva Leo Convoy because I think that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, that I would have been more interested to see that as the Nemesis version of this mold for the retail release than, just the standard dark colors.
It's not. It's what you expect, and it's okay.
I think Galva Leo Convoy though just screams
Selects.
selects, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. I have mixed feelings on Leader Class Armada Megatron.
Oh, I think it came out great.
Armada,
I think it translated really well.
Armada Megatron is like my favorite toy. If it's not my number one favorite toy of all time, it's like number two. I love that toy. I don't need a new one. This one is probably going to be about the same size. It's
Actually, I think it's probably going to be a little smaller.
Yeah.
then why do
It's
I
my guess.
want it?
Forward
'cause-
range in the hips.
Yeah, and knees that work.
I mean,
I
it
think
kind of
that-
sounds like you don't want it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And also
Yeah, that's fine.
And also, if all these hints are for an upcoming possible tidal wave compatibility,
Okay.
going back and getting this Megatron when the tidal wave comes
I'll
out
get it.
might prove,
I'm going to get it. I mean, there's I will buy it. But this is like one of those things where it's like, if I, why do toys if you can't do a better job of it? But also, I realize there are people who collect Transformers who weren't born yet when that came out.
Please don't say such hurtful things
Yeah.
in front of me.
So I have to be mindful of that. I very much remember driving to Walmart and buying it and being very happy as an adult. But there were people who were listening to this podcast who were not yet alive.
yeah, I was like 18 when I got the Armada toys, the originals.
Yeah. So
So Blade Raider's phrase in the Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, has good episode title potential here. Armada with knees.
that's also a good title. But that is not.
I mean, And here's the thing that I know is a good Armada Megatron. Armada Megatron to me has always been kind of a very meh figure. It's never been one of my favorite Megatrons.
Okay, kick him off the call.
No, you're gonna have to kick me
I
off
just-
too, because I agree with Dawn. Not saying it's not a
Okay, I just muted them both. So yeah, it's
I'm not
fantastic.
saying it's not a wonderful toy.
Yeah,
It's just the
it's-
design never
It's just
did
the
much for me.
design. It's just it never. And even
That's
that
fair.
Optimus was never
Yeah.
my favorite. But I know it's a
I
good Armada.
apologize.
Yeah. I
No,
know it's a
you were right to do it. It's fine.
I know
So-
it's a good Armada Megatron because it fills me with the same. I want to get it because I'm
It's
sort
better.
of
It's better than the Combiner Wars Armada.
Oh,
I was gonna
Oh,
mention that, which was cosplay
Di-
G1 Megatron. but,
Diecast got that first, and we were at a convention together. I don't remember where we were, but he showed it to me in the hotel room, and I'm like, "What the hell is this? This is awful," and it was awful.
my
and it
favorite
still is.
memory of a diecast purchase in a hotel room was Shardicon, when diecast bought a Titanium's Ultra Magnus for like $50, and we all had never seen one in person before because that was an impossible toy to find generally. And we all were like looking at it and handling it like, wow, you paid a lot of money for this, and boy oh boy, I'm so sorry.
Speaking of Sharkticon, but I still say Sharkticon.
Yeah.
I ran into Jake from Retro Reboot this weekend and chatted with him for like 20 minutes.
Oh, cool.
And we were talking about the convention and how great it was and how he'd love to do another one, but he never will. So, but yeah, that was great. That was a great time. That was a lot of fun.
So like, as for the design language of Armada Megatron, like I understand where Matt and Don both are coming from with that, and like Armada Optimus Prime, which we'll talk about a little bit, I think, shortly. Armada Optimus Prime is very important to me because it took the Optimus Prime visual identity and did a lot of different things with it.
Mhm.
It was a very unique take. Megatrons don't really have that to fall back on. Like, you can't just say Armada Megatron is a unique version of Megatron, because basically every version of Megatron that came out through the Unicron trilogy, and even a little bit around that, they were all doing different things. So it's not like they were all like,
Yeah,
now, in the-
that's what I'm saying is like Armada Optimus Prime, love it. But
Yeah.
you can always tell an Optimus Prime is an Optimus Prime. There's always those visual cues there. A lot of Megatron designs don't do it for me because it could literally be any character. name thrown on that.
Specifically Armada and Energon. Cybertron Megatron is much more Megatron-y. to me.
you
I
know,
would swap Energon and Cybertron in
yeah,
in
that was what I was actually gonna make that point. Like Energon, Megatron, and especially in the Galvatron version, like that has the visual identity of what they're going for a lot stronger. Cybertron Megatron could again be anyone, and like the way the Galaxy Force cartoon was designed, that was not supposed to be a continuation of Micron and Super Link. Like that was supposed to be a new set of characters in a new universe. It was retroactively on the Japanese side made part of a trilogy, and for Hasbro it was always part of a trilogy, but like the design of that Megatron doesn't really carry through that much. It's got the little Unicron callbacks, which would have been a Hasbro detail add-on, but I don't think as far as Takara's side of it was going that they were trying to make this look like this was this character again.
I'm basically getting him just as a hedge against them doing an actual new tidal wave.
Yeah.
Without having to go back and get the Armada Megatron. But in and of itself, he would generally be a relatively easy pass.
Commander
Yeah,
Class. Commander
Oh,
Class
I'm sorry,
Optimus Prime. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this will be my last thing. I'm gonna get this too, and this is a point I made on I think our last Toy Fair alike stream that we had with McFeely last year, where we were talking about this a little bit. Like the Armada toys, the original Armada toys, are superior in toy value, but if you care about the characters from that show, these updates that can be posed like regular action figures, they don't have the gimmicks or anything, but they represent the characters really strongly. That's the value in this, and that's kind of what I'm looking for in these now. So like, I'm fine with the Armada Megatron design language. I'm fine with this not having the gimmicks. I'm in it for a cool posable version of that design, which I think is pretty cool. And I'm still waiting for them to get me a sideways that can actually pose like an action figure. Now, Commander Class.
So Commander Class Optimus Prime, you hinted at that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I looked at it and I haven't looked at the originals in so many years. I had to think, is that just the original toy? Kind of where I was. It looks nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looks really nice, and it looks like it's, again, something I feel like I don't need. I'm going to get it, but I feel like I don't need it.
I like that when the Japanese designer, it was
Sui-san.
Hasui, right? Yeah. Our favorite masterpiece designer, Shogo Hasui. So he was involved in the design and engineering of that. He called out even that, like, with the super mode joints, you get an ab click for the base robot mode. And like part of his big focus on this was making that core robot mode be everything that it should be. And like, that's the, like I was talking about before, Armada Optimus Prime has this defining look that is so different from other Optimus Primes. I'm so glad that that was a major point for them to reproduce well. And I think they did. And like to do that and then also get a super mode out of it that looks good and functions like a toy, like an action figure kind of toy. Like, yeah, do I need this? No, but like I'm into it. I'm really into this.
Well, Chris and Rob, I got a question for you. Looking at this Armada Optimus, I know it's not the one they showed off a couple of years ago that everybody's been wanting.
Right.
Do you think this is the way they're getting that figure to market, because the way they did it then would not work now?
It's literally the way they're getting it to market.
I mean, it's also not because it's not the same toy, as you acknowledged in your preface.
Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying, do you think they looked at the demand, people wanting that Optimus, and it's just never?
I think it's more that Armada was 20 years ago, and so like it's time to throw some homages to that in the current legacy line, because that's just the point in time we're at.
They know somebody wanted it, and there's a reason that didn't come out. So no matter what that reason is, that didn't come out. This is. So
but it didn't hurt it. That's for sure. I mean,
no, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't think the fan interest in that prototype by itself was enough to make this happen. But Armada is at the right point in time where just like G1 updates and classics came at about that same point in time after the originals, and that's just kind of the cycle we're in here.
And they really like to make Optimus Primes.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that cycle ended up skipping car robots and robots in disguise, but
it would be nice to finally get a good fire convoy.
Yes.
Because we've never gotten one.
And a good version of Ultra Magnus too.
Definitely never gotten one of those. Don did not take the bait. Never mind. I'm saying that the original fire convoy is not a good toy.
Can I boot Brian from the call?
No.
Do I have that?
No, Brian is the call.
Yeah. Oh, Brian is the call.
Brian is the
call. Is coming. The call is coming from inside the Brian. Okay.
Fire convoy is a perfectly fine toy. It's not a great toy.
It's a good toy. It's not a good transformer.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I said it was a good toy, but you can't deny that it's not a good transformer.
It's not.
Yes, I deny that.
The core robot
deny that.
The core robot just folds up into a cube with two wheels. It's not even a vehicle by itself. And then all the other parts you take apart and just clip on. Like, it's not a good transformer. It's a great super robot toy.
Yes.
It's a great super robot toy. And that's what Takara was really good at making at that point in time. But making transformers in the traditional sense that we acknowledge them, they weren't doing so hot with that at that point.
No, it's good.
Beast Wars Neo proved that too, and that was just the year before.
It's good that he didn't have a ladder hanging off his butt, because or his fist. Oh, he could have had that gigantic ladder hanging off his fist. That would be wonderful. Okay, so Nemesis, which is the Titan class.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So here's the thing. I'm like, why can't we get new characters, new toys, new designs? And Hasbro gives it to me, and then I'm like, eh. And that's where I'm at with Nemesis. That's where I was with the Ark.
I mean, I like it.
The ship mode looks fantastic. They did an excellent job recreating the look of that ship from the animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem is they had to make a humanoid robot out of that weird shape.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I just don't love it.
I think whenever we see it in more coherent colors, it's going to help a lot.
It will. It will.
I'd rather have a tidal wave, or I'd rather have a Grandis, which we're not going to get, or I'd rather have a new take on G1 Metroplex, which we're not going to get anytime soon because we just got Metroplex last year.
Yeah, I know. I agree with those. I agree with those points, and like all of those would be very valid things to do. Like I get though, like they want to have the counterpoint to the arc. And I'm sure there's an interest.
I want that ship.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an interest from the team specifically in, okay, we got a toy of the arc. I want a toy of this ship now. The alternate universe version of this I would have liked to see, like in another reality, is instead of the Nemesis, the ship that turns into Decepticon headquarters when Mirage crashes it into the ocean.
Mhm.
Like a Titan based on that design, because that's pretty distinctly different. But like, yeah, I'm not going to get this when it comes out because I can wait 4 or 5 months and they'll probably drop like $80.
Yeah.
And I'll get it then. But like, I don't really have a problem with anything about this. Like they include some cool deals like the boarding ramp with the little ramp connectors.
Yeah, the details really sell this thing. The robot mode is a little spindly. Like I can see where people might have a problem with that. But yeah, like all the neat little odds and ends on it, like the ramps with the seeker jets. That stuff is what sells this to me.
So, but what I want to get across, Hasbro listens. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Keep doing new stuff. Just because me personally, I'm underwhelmed, doesn't mean it's not a great toy. Doesn't mean it's not the direction you need to go. It's just not what Brian wanted.
I like
it's what Matt wanted though, so you're fine, Hasbro.
Yeah.
I also wanted this ship. The ship looks great. I like how they did some interesting stuff, like the shin guards basically become big cannons for it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool. The only thing visually that keeps kind of catching my eye is those shoulder things. I wish they could have kind of folded down, and that's what's really making her look like a triangle. If they could have maybe just, had them on a hinge and fold them down, I think it would have given her a little bit more
Nemesis
bulk.
is a she.
Nemesis is a she.
Oh, cool.
She is. They kept referring to her as the last Decepticon. So, but yeah,
because the Arc's robot mode is based on the Marvel Comics last Autobot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right.
So this is as the counterpoint. They're just saying like, well, this would logically be the last Decepticon. You have to assume they're putting air quotes around that in their head when they're saying that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an official story concept for them yet.
No, I remember from that issue though that the counterpart to the last Autobot in the Decepticon canon in the Marvel Comics was the Ultimate Warrior, which is not a name I think they can really trademark for Transformers.
No, not particularly.
Because it was the last Autobot's legacy that was diluted through the centuries, which led Bludgeon to not believe it when the last Autobot showed up on Clo in issue 80.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you were looking for a Decepticon counterpart to the last Autobot, that's what the comics provided if you wanted to go that route.
No, but I love this. I wish they would have did this maybe after the arc, or they would have.
Well,
gave us
technically,
a
this is after the arc.
Well, the Titan after the arc and not Metroplex. Like I wish we would have, and I also wish they wouldn't have done Metroplex and maybe done a Titan tidal wave.
Well,
some people are really happy that Metroplex got made, and I'm happy for those people.
Who are those
I'm
people?
Really Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
Miguel.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's and also it could be that they need to space this stuff out, and maybe Metroplex in some ways was cheaper to do than the Nemesis as far as at the time, and then they used the Guardian robot as another buffer. Again, known cost, known retail, so they can space this stuff out without having to put Nemesis into HasLab.
So So within a wave of toys, they'll balance things out. I wouldn't imagine that's the case year over year. It's a different fiscal year. I don't think you have to do that.
Yeah, I think there's a very set budget for Titans. Like there's no cost cutting there.
Yeah.
I would tend to think at any given time, Hasbro probably has our familiar design team probably has 4 or 5 Titan concepts on a whiteboard in varying stages of pre-design. And they look at each of these and it's like, okay, how much time is it going to take to figure out how to engineer this shape into a robot for, making something kind of new like the Nemesis versus like, okay, if we do this one instead, we already know how this toy would work. Like we can get this in a little bit faster turnaround time. We don't need to put an extra 6 or 8 months of, R&D into having the Takara boys figure out how to turn this weird, curvy shape into a humanoid robot that was never intended.
And somebody looked at that Nemesis design and went, "Oh, we're gonna need some more time on this."
So
exactly.
Also, there's one pre-made out there if they just want to go for it. So what we need is the skyscraper from the movie Big. You remember that?
Yeah.
They just popped arms out and from the building, and
I don't get it.
You ever watch that? They can just do it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I've never seen Big.
Totally do it. Okay.
No, the Titan concept that's just like right there for them to do is Spanner from the Marvel Comics.
Yes. 100%.
They don't even need to engineer a proper robot mode for that because he never had a proper robot mode. He was a mess.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that'd be kind of interesting. You could have the Ark because I'm trying to remember, the Ark has a base mode, right? Kind of? Or does it? No, it doesn't. Okay.
So all it does is you open up a panel, and then if you fold mainframe up a certain way and stick him inside, he's got the details of like the Ark's bridge.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
That's not a play set. It's just for the little,
Yeah, because I was thinking if you had Spanner to connect Nemesis and Ark, that would be kind of a cool thing.
It reminds me of the old Playmates Ninja Turtle toys, the sewer playset and the Technodrome. Both had the sewer pipe port, so you could connect them together for reasons if you wanted to.
I just want to point out Matt's big joke went right over my head.
Okay, I was wondering why I didn't get that.
I knew you were referencing something, but I didn't know what. So I had to look it up, and I'm like, oh, I feel stupid. Okay. Okay. Are we done with this?
I'm disappointed in you, Brian.
I haven't watched it in years. I was a kid when I watched it last.
I'm still lost.
One thing I want to add from our Discord at tfradio.net/Discord. JT Prime says that there's one difference between the reissue of Dirge and the original, which is that the wings are molded in color rather than painted. Because apparently that paint was not great.
I'm gonna have to get it now. Okay, they justify the purchase. So they're doing a Takara Beast Wars versus set. It's like the old days.
Yeah. So this is the follow up to the Optimus Primal and Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably gonna be more of these,
and they're custom or they're premium painted.
Mm-hmm.
And I pre-ordered that set. Or is this already up for pre-order? Can I get this now?
I don't think so. I don't think it's been officially announced yet.
What is it? I haven't seen this.
Well, it's in the show notes, Don.
So, there was the Optimus Primal and Megatron, the Kingdom figures with the, premium deck to look as show accurate as possible, theoretically.
Yeah.
So now what has leaked is a second one of these versus sets, which is Rhinox and Scorponok from the Kingdom molds.
Okay, sorry. I'm on the laptop and I haven't gotten Drive set up on this thing yet, so I didn't
You don't need Drive.
that.
It's called a web browser, but that's cool.
Okay.
The
Rhinox is great.
Yeah, but like the versus sets,
that mold though.
The versus sets from the Japanese Beast Wars line is one of my favorite periods in Transformers, and I always loved getting versus sets instead of just buying the individual figures when I could. Just made it easier. So I'm all for versus sets.
So JT Prime is saying that set 3 is Cheetor and Waspinator, and set 4 is Pterosaur and Rat Trap.
Nice.
Which makes sense because that was the original layouts of the versus sets in 1997.
So JT Prime's now getting all like this information from Takara as well. That's amazing.
I mean, it makes logical sense anyway, because like Rhinox and Scorponok was never a versus set because originally the versus set was Polar Claw and Scorponok, and then Rhinox and something else, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but Rhinox was later released than Scorponok in Japan. So
I think I said it the last episode that I was on a few weeks ago that I really appreciate JT Prime's contributions.
Yeah, I do too.
I sincerely do.
Yeah, we all do.
It's so much better than just finding out stuff when somebody throws up a stolen video or something like that. This is the kind of detective work that I love, and I sincerely appreciate that. I just want to point that out again.
And Don needs to leak the information to someone.
Don,
so,
you gotta stop leaking it. Stop putting the magic marker on it.
Our Discord was joking earlier too that I'd end up having to get this one too and end up with a fourth version of that Scorponok.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not going to. All Takara product gets Hasbro product numbers due to brand unification and Hasbro importing them for Pulse. Okay,
that makes
there you
sense.
go.
There you go. Good to know.
He just shared his secret right there.
I mean, he shared the secret, but you still don't know how he, gets through all
and I don't want to know.
No, I don't either. I'm not asking. I'm not ever asking for that information.
Yeah, Don's just
just keep the information coming.
Yeah. The thing is, though, Rhinox is pretty different from the Hasbro retail release, which is to its benefit, even though it's still that mold. Scorponok, the colors are a little bit different, but I don't feel like it's particularly more decoed than the previous, the normal Kingdom release, because that was already fairly show accurate the way the colors were and the way it was laid out. As for Cheetor and Waspinator, I'm kind of at a loss for how much more they could squeeze out of those to be accurate to the originals.
I don't know.
Same for Rat Trap and Pterosaur. Okay, so the original Versus sets, many of them came out in two variations. So the early releases, the toys were basically identical to the Hasbro toys, and then later they would be redecoed somewhat to be more show accurate. Because by then there was several months and the deco artists could go back and kind of figure out how to, bring the toys more in line with what the show was doing. So basically, if they do the original release colors, they could pretty much just straight repack the Target Buzzworthy Bumblebee Pterosaur and the regular release core Rat Trap in a 2-pack, and you'd basically be there for what those original toys were. And even then, core Rat Trap wasn't too far off of what the show looked like either in terms of color. So my whole thing is I don't know exactly what they can really do to make these be that distinctly different from the toys that have already come out. That Megatron has a ton more deco in the beast mode to look like the show, which no toy previously except for the Masterpiece has really, caught that look correctly. But Optimus Primal, you can see differences if you squint, little differences. You can see little differences on Scorponok, but for the most part, I feel like they're grasping for inches here more than making distinct strides with the appearance of the toys.
Well, the only thing I'm happy about is now that we're getting a Pterosaur Rat Trap 2-pack, that means they have more incentive to do a Fractal and Pack Rat 2-pack now, since they're made together and it'll be as a known cost, a known everything. So maybe we'll finally get one of those.
No, I mean, I was thinking of that too. If those molds are up for Purpose A, which is the, Versus set, it would be, easy enough to then say, okay, switch the plastic colors around and do these two toys while you've got those up there.
Let's do that. In hand photos, Rise of the Beast, mainline Voyager Optimus Primal. I am just whelmed. Not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed.
It could certainly use some color.
Yeah.
I'm under.
Yeah. So
I'm a little under.
Yeah. I just feel like the Studio Series figures and the main line of Rise of the Beasts, there's a big difference. It's not like getting a Generations figure and getting a Studio Series figure. I feel like Generations was our main line, and now our main line is lesser.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, with movie stuff though, it's kind of Legacy is your standard main line, and then whatever they do for Earthspark or the movie or whatever is going to be something different. So like the standard bearers legacy and studio series follows under like the whole generations thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fault in how we process, how we perceive these things. Like generations, legacy, studio series, those are, the collector lines. Those aren't mainline as such. Mainline is what is, designed specifically to target the 5 to 8-year-old or whatever demographic. So
it's a matter of perspective, but the one that is consistent and that's been going on for years, that's the brand that persists, is Generations. So it's not like like when classics came out, there was a gap.
Yeah.
Then like Universe and all that. But since it's been Generations, it's been the consistent primary line. And I guess it's probably the one that still sells the best too.
But I guess is what I'm saying and what I'm trying to say is when we had, movie 1, movie 2, movie 3, movie 4 figures, they didn't feel like a lesser quality than the Generations figures we were getting. And now I really feel that these mainline movie figures are lesser than what we're getting in our Generations line.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think Hasbro would ever even look at it themselves as we're making a lesser toy than this other toy. But they're definitely going to look at it as they're focusing this in a different way to probably hit a different price point to be a little bit more accessible to younger kids. It's a different approach from the outset to how the toys are designed. Through Age of Extinction, when the movie toys did tend to supplant Generations fully, it was the same people working on the Generations and the movie toys. It was the same process, the same design logic, basically. Once Generations was here to stay and the movie stuff was run in parallel with that, you couldn't do that quite the same way anymore. And we know that the stuff like the Earthspark stuff, the mainline or core movie toy line now, that's done by a second team. So a lot of that is specifically and purposely different design philosophies, different interpretations of the toys, and for different purposes.
Yeah.
So from our perspective, they're lesser than our collector area stuff that we tend to focus on, but it's what's right for what they're trying to sell.
Yeah. So I want to point out, I don't remember it being mentioned last week. Movie stuff is at retail. You should be able to go to Target and hopefully find this stuff. I haven't had a chance to go yet, but
I think I led with that last week.
Oh, okay. I did.
But yeah, it's good to reiterate that. And I think the transforming masks have been found at retail now.
Ooh.
And an interesting side note to this, I've seen a couple pictures from retail locations outside of the US. I think Hong Kong for one of them maybe, and then also in the UK. The core toy line Air Razor in a single pack, which for the US is the Target exclusive in the 3-pack. So there's Hasbro packaged versions of those mainline core, whatever you want to call them, deluxes. Whether we're going to get them here eventually at some point, I don't know. If the Target 3-packs are just like the initial offering for them, but those do exist individually, and it may not be practical to try to import them from overseas if you only want, 1 or 2 of those toys, but it's a thing that's out there, and it's kind of interesting just if those never show up here, it's an unusual market distinction for within Hasbro's territories, I think.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to jump to the next item. Funko Pop Light and Sound Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I put this in here mostly for diecast benefit.
It's
sold out.
Good. So we can move on.
Okay. They don't really mention what the sounds are either. Like the lights are that the eyes and the windows light up, but it doesn't say anything about what the sounds are.
A Transformers branded projector.
A laser projector.
Oh no.
I was like, ooh, this is really cool. I would wait. It's 1080p and it's
1080p,
$8.99,
300 lumens. So this is like a Pico projector. It's battery operated. That's why.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
But it doesn't explain the price.
So is it actually laser? It says laser clarity. That sounds like a marketing term to me.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's my guess is it's not honestly a laser projector.
Yeah, boy, I don't know why this is $900 now. Actually,
Yeah, the license. So,
but if you want a soda can projector that has Transformers printing on it,
yeah, I'm good. I don't need it. So
genuine laser projectors are like the top of the line for home projectors, as far as I understand. Like super bright image, super clear.
Yeah, that's probably a fair statement. My next projector will be a laser projector.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with the projector I have now. It was a $600 projector that I got like 5 years ago, and it still looks great. But my next projector will be a laser, and yeah. So, Best Buy had the one that I've been wanting, on sale for an amount of money that's within my Best Buy credit card limit, and I came so close. But like, my projector now is fine.
Yeah,
I don't need it. So,
so to skip back topic, JT Prime says there's cases of the assorted mainline deluxes on bills of lading for the U.S. and Canada, so we quote unquote should be getting the mainline deluxes in assorted cases in North America.
Cool. Okay. Sweet. Then there's an Optimus Prime backpack with glow in the dark eyes. It's a mini backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks kind of neat. I don't need it.
Especially for $85, I assume you don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my kid would probably be the one that would use it at that size, and it would get dragged through like gravel and stuff. And
Yeah.
there'd be no respect for it. So
No.
it's nice looking. I like the inside of it. That you can usually tell how the quality of something by looking at the inside of it, and if the inside is just plain generic looking, or if it's pretty and it's pretty inside. It's nice.
It's a very nice looking backpack. It's just also tiny and $85.
It glows in the dark. God, if this were full size, I would probably 9 inches by 10.5 by 4.5. If this was large enough for my work laptop, I would certainly buy this and take it to work. But it's not.
That almost, God, that small, that almost qualifies as a purse, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, as much as I hate to acknowledge this, I think the entire point of a backpack this size is to just like have it sitting somewhere for show. It's a toy backpack.
Yeah.
So
they also make a Bumblebee, it turns out.
Oh, neat.
Oh yeah.
Let's jump to what we got this week, and because I get to say these things, I'm going last. Diecast going first.
Oh.
All right.
Diecast and I were arguing on Facebook today, like who got more stuff, and I won, I think.
I think I got more.
Oh.
But you probably have better quality.
Probably.
Okay.
I got another
Crash Bar?
Crash Bar?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting to all the Junkions because I'm crazy.
Tell us about the gravel though, Diecast. I want to know about the gravel.
Okay, that's coming. That's in the pile.
Okay.
I got and I have to reach because the pile's so big. I got these two guys from Deep Discount, which is Autobot Skids and Skullgrin, because they were clearanced, and I love Skullgrin, so I wanted to have a second one.
Cool.
What kind of clearance? How cheap were they?
They were like $13, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
You already
pretty
had
good.
them. You already had them though, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. I got Jazz and
That's Prowl.
That's Prowl.
Prowl and
Shrapnel.
Shrapnel. So Shrapnel, I'm gonna try and paint the mandibles chrome.
Oh yeah, that should
Yeah, get a chrome pen.
Yeah, that probably take a chrome pen. Are the mandibles soft or kind of hard? Like is it stiff
They're
plastic?
hard.
That should take a chrome pen pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. I got on clearance at Target the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Nest Bonecrusher. It was like $23, so right around the price of a deluxe for a Voyager. I was doing some dynamics there. I got what I think is a reissue Metroplex,
Knockoff.
but it could be a knockoff because apparently it was heavily KO'd.
So it's not. So it doesn't have the Encore badge on it, right?
No, it does not.
Then that's
Okay,
a
that's a
knockoff.
bootleg.
That's a knockoff.
It is a really good knockoff.
And they do that
Yeah.
on purpose. Like that's
yeah.
that's their whole business model. They make indistinguishable, basically, bootlegs.
Yeah. Did you
I
pay
mean-
$1,000 for it?
No,
Then
no.
that's a knockoff.
There are sellers on eBay diecast that I watch that have Bruticus and Minosaur and Superion gift sets up, and
$85,
They've got-
$100.
yeah, so
Yeah.
they're. I think this is what BBTS ran into 10 years ago, 8 years ago, when they got what they thought were actual G1 Cyclonuses, and they wound up being super high grade knockoffs,
Mhm.
which led to the whole grid, looking at the grid lines and looking at the color
Oh yeah, I know what to
gradations
look for when it
Yeah,
comes.
Yeah.
so I mean that's
So I mean, to your benefit, there, diecast, like that Metroplex is probably every bit of quality that you would have gotten out of an
Yeah.
Encore. It's just it's a bootleg though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Which, for what I paid for it, it's okay.
And,
And,
yeah, and you're
you
just
know,
gonna have it sit on
yeah.
a shelf somewhere anyway, so like it doesn't really matter to you.
Yeah, Metroplex has a bunch of little tiny parts, so to
Yeah.
try and get a G1 Metroplex
Oh yeah,
is like
yeah.
I
Yeah, no, I mean,
Um,
like, I know Kilby would probably be a stickler over this, but like, I think that's, if you're comfortable with the knowledge that it's a bootleg and the amount of money you pay for it, knowing that,
Yeah.
it's a perfectly suitable fill-in in a collection.
I have
for vintage.
I have a red knockoff Mirage on my shelf. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
it wasn't
you can't
it wasn't
live with it.
listed as a KO on eBay, but I mean, I'm
Yeah.
fine with knowing that there's a possibility,
I mean,
a strong possibility.
It was
that
listed as a
is.
reissue, right?
Yeah.
Reissue is code
Code.
on eBay for knockoff. If it was a reissue, it would say Encore.
That's what I thought, but I'm not
I'm pretty
'Cause
sure.
if they-
I'm pretty sure the Metroplex Encore says Encore on it. I can double check. I'm pretty sure it does.
you're probably right. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
also
reissue
got,
is
It does.
code to
Top
get
left
around-
corner. Top left corner. There'd be a big Encore badge.
It's
Yeah.
code to get around eBay's policies around
For theft.
counterfeit merchandise.
I also got a Transmetal 2 Megatron because they went back in stock, and I didn't originally pick it up. I think because Kilby was like, Brian was talking so much about how much he hated that this was a toy, and I think you actually picked one up, and
And
you
I love
liked
it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I like why are we getting that? I don't need it, and I got it, and I'm like, this is great.
That
I
was a
just
case
went-
of me going, Brian's right. I don't need that. And then I'm like, then he got it, and he was like, oh, this is great. And I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
I'm just still waiting for the cryotech.
I want that too.
I also got movie Scourge.
Oh, nice.
However,
where?
Where?
Yeah, where did you get him from?
Amazon.
That's the Leader Class Rise of the Beast Scourge.
Yes.
Yeah, 101.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me for a second.
He is in stock. Don, this is one where you're gonna probably scratch your head and go, wow. I got the Unrustable Bastards. This was the motorcycle. I was always interested in checking it out.
Oh no, I've seen them on sale a lot. It's like I kind of wanted one for my shelf that has no theme,
Yeah.
but I never saw one of the ones that I liked the looks of at the price I wanted to pay.
$10.
But they look interesting.
$10.
$10.
Holy
from,
crap.
from NJCC. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And JCC, which was a blast. The Realm of Collectors guys were really cool. They have a lot of people. They do a lot of sales, and they're really good sales.
Was Bobby there?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. This also came from NJCC from one of the Realm of Collectors guys, Derek, I believe. And Brian, I think you're gonna like these. They are KO of
Oh, nice.
Abominus.
Ripper Snapper. I see. I can't make out anything else. Hunger.
Cutthroat.
Yeah, there's
So-
Cutthroat. That's it though. I
Or-
don't see anything else. I don't see Blot or what Wingspan? Not Wingspan. Razor
Center twin.
Center twin.
Yeah, I think
Oh, there they are.
And they're
okay.
center twin.
I think the colors.
No,
were
it's all of
reversed on
them, and then-
Snapper.
Are they?
And then what's his name himself, the center bot
Hunger.
Hunger.
Oh, I just saw the
Hunger
bits. I didn't see Hunger. I thought that was
is on his own card.
Yeah.
So it's 3 cards but these are obvious KOs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
Oh, yeah.
trying to,
Yes, you probably want to leave those on the card.
I would think so.
I
yeah.
would.
Yeah. Don, this is also the bag where you're gonna go, wow. I got Legendary Heroes G2 Jazz, which is new age,
for $10.
$10.
Hell yeah.
How?
And JCC.
You're muted.
How? Don, yeah, that's fine. Don is just cursing him. We don't want to hear that.
Sorry, I thought
I
that's
bought that for $10.
That is a great price, I guess.
Yeah, how? Somebody just cut you a deal?
JCC.
Okay.
I got the DX9 Dinobots, but these are the shattered glass ones. $60.
No, yeah, that's a good price because the Shatter Glass Dinobots were a very limited. Well, for them, it was a very limited run of figures.
Yeah, and that DX9 stuff. DX9's not even making figures anymore. So,
$60. I think I paid $120 for the regulars. I hated them.
And I bought them from you, Brian.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Don.
Yeah.
I hated them. Yeah.
Well, I like them.
MMC Hexatron 6-shot.
I don't
$20.
like
No. No.
I gave mine away. I don't like it.
Oh,
Is it
I hate
complete?
you.
Yeah, complete.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a third party toy that I had. I hated. I don't like it.
Yeah, I've got the Great Shot version.
Of course you do. No, I mean, at one point in time, like that was the 6-shot to get because the Generations one didn't exist yet. Like it's not something I feel like I need, but like I'm impressed.
No.
$20 for that. It's still pretty good.
Don, do you have G1 Great Shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Under a sheet.
Yeah, I've got G1 Great Shot. I've also got Shadow Maru, which is the Takara Brave version.
I couldn't remember if you had
I
couldn't remember if you had a Great Shot or not, so I was going to brag that I have one mint box.
No, I'm sorry. Now you said 6-shot. Did you mean Great Shot?
Great Shot, yeah.
No,
I
I
think
did
you did say
not. I never. Great Shot was one of the ones that was really.
I have one mitten box.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm sorry,
I've
I'm
got
just being an asshole. I'm sorry, Don. I love you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. But
We're
no,
all used to it.
I thought you said 6. No,
Yeah,
I
I'm
never
sorry.
got a Great Shot.
I got the box and the toy separate. That's how I managed to score that. Otherwise, I would never would have been able to afford it. Go ahead.
I got the BotCon Power Glide, which is
That's Transformers Collectors Club.
Transformers Collectors
Yeah,
Club.
that's one of the Nexus Prime limps.
Combiner
Right?
limbs. Yeah.
And this was
I don't remember what its name actually is.
it's
either.
very pretty. I forget the name of it. I did look it up, but Chris from
Its name's not
Realm of
Chris.
Collectors
I know that
gave
for
me
sure.
this.
Oh, cool.
What's that?
Gave you that? Okay.
I know its name's not Chris. I know that one for sure.
Yeah, its name's not Chris, but he showed it early, and I was like, I'd be interested in that. It's super pretty because it's like a blue.
I remember getting it in
Clear.
the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm super happy to have
I'm
that.
pretty sure I don't have it anymore.
I remember the center bot breaking because it's made of clear plastic.
I got G2, Little Legendary Heroes, New Age,
oh, nice
Beachcomber.
Beachcomber.
nice.
Since we're talking $10.
Oh
That's
God.
great
So,
price.
That's.
I guess do you have a real G2 Beachcomber?
No.
I do.
I was more wondering though, like, did they actually get the like Andy's mint foil color of G2 Beachcomber right on that one?
And because it's in the bag and it came from NJCC, I got the credits Star Wars heavy infiltree Mandalorian $10.
Is that a good price?
Yeah.
It's a Black
Well,
Series figure.
it's
so
Black
I'd say
Series, so
yes.
it's at least $15 less than retail.
Did these fall off a truck or something? How did you get all this stuff for like $10?
It's
Sounds like
the
somebody's
sales
clearing out a
there
collection.
are
Oh,
really
so you bought it
good.
from somebody like me? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Because not done. Oh, his head fell off. I got the one of the goblins. It was a Build-A-Figure.
Hobgoblin.
Which one?
Hobgoblin.
Yeah. Oh, this is Hobgoblin.
It's missing a head, isn't it?
I have a lot
He
of.
said it
That's
fell off.
the Phil Urich.
Oh,
Hobgoblin.
MC2.
It just fell off. It's laying on my floor over there, but I can't reach it. So, I got him for like $25 for a Build-A-Figure. That's pretty good.
Hey, Don, did you see the new Spider-Verse trailer?
No, I saw it, but I haven't had a chance to watch
So
it.
it looks like the Peter Parker from the first movie. Did you watch the first one?
Yeah, I saw. Someone
He's
posted
MC2.
some stuff.
He's MC2 Peter.
Yeah, that's. I saw someone posted some stills, and I thought when I get time, I'll do a deep dive on that. I just haven't had a chance.
He'll eventually have the goatee.
Chris also
Shouldn't he be
gave
missing a
me-
limb?
Not yet. He loses it
Chris-
at some point.
Yeah. Chris also gave me the collector's card for the Transformers Collectors Club that goes with that figure. And it says it's signed by Brian Savage, so it's probably worth nothing. But I think the funny part is it says this card is an active member and is afforded all the rights and privileges of membership.
Yeah. That
I
means
feel like
Mem-
I feel like they
membership
lifted some of
has
that-
its privileges.
I feel like they lifted some of that copy from their GI Joe club membership.
yeah, so that means when they went out of business, you got like spammed with them trying to sell everything from their office.
Yeah, or you
What a
probably
privilege.
already had your credit card stolen.
Well,
These are really cool. I also got these from Chris, and these are like toy pack-ins.
Those are the original catalogs that came with the 1984 Autobots.
Yeah,
That is the original
mhm,
toy catalog.
and
Oh, that's
they're
in really
in
good shape,
really,
too.
really nice shape.
mhm.
And we figured it out like this was an early one, and then I basically have seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Mhm.
I have
I'm surprised
so
you
I
didn't have
have
any of those.
what's that?
I'm surprised you didn't have any of those.
No, these are
Yeah,
I
those
mean-
are my
Those are
plan
nice.
is my plan is to take all the ones I've got because I have a few and put them on frame art and put them up as artwork downstairs eventually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Good idea.
I'd like to scan them if I could, but I'm afraid I would just
They're already
damage
scanned on
them.
the internet, diecast. You don't have to scan them. Somebody's already done
Yeah.
that for you.
they're so nice.
I would go over like when like the 86 Autobots and you got the big one you were showing. I would look at that for hours trying to pick out which one I wanted as my next one.
Mm-hmm. I love
Oh,
those.
yeah.
So-
I only have one from GI Joe, and I don't remember which one it is. I'm pretty sure I have all the American versions of those, and I have like a few of the Japanese ones. I don't know. if
I have the
any European.
GoBots one.
Yeah.
I have the GoBots
I once
one.
took one of
Ooh.
those when I was really little and cut the robots out of it and tried to fold them into their vehicle shape.
Oh, that's amazing!
It was not as satisfying as the actual toys, but,
But
it kept me busy for an
I
afternoon.
love that story though.
Autobot monsters.
Yeah.
So 2 questions from the Discord for diecast, tfradio.net/Discord. First, Rusty Cross asks, well, he asked more generally, but I know this is more a you question. Did anyone from the crew get figures of themselves from the Hasbro selfie series yet? Diecast,
Diecast
did you get a selfie series?
Oh yeah. Looks terrible.
Okay, well, that answers a follow-up question. Ness also asks, wait, is Diecast just discovering the product checklists?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Diecast doesn't collect
Well-
vintage stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really do vintage. So
And now it's 90% of what I do, which you'll find out here in a minute.
Rusted Cross just ruined one of my jokes from what I got this week, but
Oh boy.
I got the Mezco Wolverine at the show.
Oh, okay.
Which this is the one with the Sentinel that's like all like destroyed and everything and lights up.
I don't know. I don't think I knew that Mezco did Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't have any.
They're expensive.
I think Mezco does everything.
I think this also came from Chris at NJCC, which he's, he was awesome. He wrestled like me too. So we had, we got along great at the show. One of the Batman Super Knight or Supreme Knight figures. This was a Mezco exclusive that he had for sale. And I wanted a Batman and he had a couple. This was the one I personally liked the best, suit wise. So I picked that up. And then, jeez.
This should be its own spin-off podcast.
Yeah.
It used to be.
No, just diecast segment tonight.
Oh, okay.
And then Chris knows from last week we were talking about,
oh yeah, I wondered how this turned out.
And I got frustrated that I couldn't find my Skyfire order, so I ordered a Masterpiece Skyfire from somewhere else.
Oh, nice.
Which is huge. Well, after I ordered it, I finally located the deep discount email order.
And
they've been filling those from what I've seen.
Yes.
They hasn't.
They haven't fulfilled them yet, but whenever they do,
they have Barricade or Wheeljack 64 used to be Barricade 64. Josh in our Discord got his from deep discount, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They haven't fulfilled mine yet, but I got this from another source, and it is.
As soon as
you were going to get more than one anyway, Diecast. You're not fooling anyone.
Yeah. As soon as Big Bad fulfills theirs, I'm shipping my pile of loot. I've got too much stuff.
Yeah, so I haven't opened it yet, but I'm looking forward to this.
I just want to let you guys know I'm not going to go this long.
No, you tend to go through your stuff a lot faster.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm blaming NJCC on
I
this.
think that's fair.
Because there was just too much stuff that I couldn't say no to for the price. Which is what's great about that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad I was there at 8:00 because I was like one of the first people in. I went to the one table where almost everything was like $10, and I was like, except for the Dinobots, which were 60, and I was like, oh, I'll take everything.
Give me one of everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything
Matt,
this week.
You had a joke?
Well, yes, Rusted Cross ruined my joke. I got a Marvel Legends figure. I was going to joke that this was my selfie series, but I got the Blob from the X-Men line.
Oh, that's not you. That's me. You're not the Blob.
Oh, that's me.
He is a really good figure. Like super huge too, like standing next to a normal.
Yeah. Is that a Build-A-Figure or a retail release?
This is a retail release. They call it a deluxe figure.
So like the size of Venom or something.
Yeah, like the original Blob Hasbro did like years and years, like 2008 or something like that, was a Build-A-Figure. This one just comes all assembled. And really good figure, 2 sets of hands, 2 heads.
Is there a Juggernaut to go with it? Or
Juggernaut's that Build-A-Figure's been released a couple of different ways, a couple of different times.
You know, I see that figure, Matt, and I think of the X-Men game. Nothing moves the Blob. You know, that's sort of stuck in my head when I see that figure.
Yeah, so he goes pretty good with the Brotherhood. I need a Destiny though to be satisfied with my Brotherhood.
Cool.
But Transformers wise, I got Twin Cast.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
and
those colors really look great on him.
They really, really do. I've always liked this color scheme. I like this blaster toy too. It's just a really good toy, and he's rocking the primary colors, like just great. Not that happy with Rewind, because much like Eject, he's just not great. He's fine as a pack-in, I suppose, but yeah, Twin Cast, love him. And much to my surprise, I got a third crash bar. I
was
thought
that really a surprise?
Yeah, because like I got one. I had two last week. I had one from Pulse, I think, and one from my Big Bad Toy Store, my pile of loot. This one came from Amazon, which I had gone through and cleared out a bunch of pre-orders. I guess I missed this one when I was canceling stuff. So I have 3 crash bars now. I'm not sad about that, but yeah, it's just I wasn't expecting it. I thought I had cleared out all of those unnecessary pre-orders.
Well, yeah, you got rid of all the unnecessary ones, but you still had crash bar, which
yeah. Like I think I had always planned to get 2. I think I added the Big Bad Toy Store one on later just so I could ship my pile of loot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I did that as soon as they came in stock. I just added another one on, and I guess I never canceled my Amazon order. So now
what
I
a
have
tragedy!
3.
Cool.
What a tragedy!
Anything else?
I got a new headset. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. So
sweet.
I'm not on my audio from my webcam this week.
Although that wasn't terrible last week.
It didn't sound that bad when I listened to you.
You sound good now though.
Yeah.
So
and I that was a test. If that one didn't sound fine, I was going to send you another one. But now that I know that it sounds good,
yeah.
Anytime somebody's headset breaks, that's what you're getting. So
thankfully, I've still got the nice broadcast headset you sent me. Which if something breaks, I can just replace the component instead of the whole headset.
Hopefully.
Cool. Yeah.
Chris,
I mean, I don't have anything. At some point, I'm going to need to change these ear cups out because they're kind of wearing out after being in service for like 5 years.
Can you do that? You just said you could.
The padded part, yeah, that's apparently doable. I've like bookmarked the replacement parts on Amazon. I just have to actually figure out how to go through the procedure at some point. But no, I didn't get anything this week.
Cool. Don?
Yeah, a couple of small things, nothing really major. I did get my replacement backpack for my DX9 carry. If you remember, I posted those pictures. I posted the picture of how those pins were bent. The problem is they only sent me the middle part that has the correct pins, which is fine. They left off one of the side wings and the bottom part. So if I want to make this work, I have to push out 3 pin hinges and replace them instead of just one, which was the backpack connector to the back of the neck. So this actually does me no good because I don't know how to push out a pin hinge, and now I have to do it 3 times over. So I appreciate the store that I got it from helping me get the replacement parts. It does me no good. So there's that.
That sucks.
I didn't get much this week. I went to Target and I really have no connection to the character other than he's cool. Blue Centurion, $10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll look nice on my no theme shelf.
Have you opened it yet?
Not yet.
Let me know how that works out for you.
Oh, is QC bad on this?
It's a lightning collection.
It's lightning collection.
Okay, all right. But I figured it would make it kind of a cool next to NECA RoboCop, the future of law enforcement, and have them side by side. I picked up my Walmart actually restocked sort of current GI Joes, and I got the Cobra Officer, which I have not seen on the shelf in like 4 months anywhere. So I got him, and today from Amazon, I got CoverGirl.
Nice. Do you like the art?
Yeah, I really do like the art.
It does nothing for me.
I see this and I think Squirrel Girl.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I think Squirrel Girl. But it's nice having another Lady Joe in the collection. But that's it. Everything else has been. It's nothing out there to really look at right now.
Rob?
I forgot to mention last week that I got a new like cheapo HD projector off of Amazon because that is like the one thing that has saved my neck, because rather than just use my laptop at night, I can just project YouTube videos on the ceiling while I sleep. So
neat.
And that's also
one of the small ones.
Yeah. Well, it's probably about like 10 inches across.
Okay.
I have mounted my old photography tripod and pointed at the ceiling. Does a just fine job.
In my kids' playroom, they have like the little $50 one. It's like it's like 480 by 640 or whatever. But it looks great.
Fine for DVDs.
Yeah, it's fine.
This one is actually 1080p. So it's
nice.
So for just directly above my face, that does everything I need.
And then I'm looking at my ceiling, which is a popcorn ceiling, being like, "Oh, that'd be terrible to project anything on that."
Well, I definitely need to get some Swiffers and dust mine. I'll put it that way. But that's actually how I watched Dragon Ball Superhero last week, and that is the only thing I've gotten recently that I've had.
I heard you mention that, or saw you mention it on Twitter or something. I really like that movie.
It is an excellent movie. I need to watch it. Really happy with it.
Yeah, it's excellent. And Vegeta won.
Yes, and Vegeta won.
Yeah,
and Piccolo and Gohan got to do things.
They got to do stuff. That was the best part. Yeah.
It's great.
Cool. What else?
That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna do mine.
Right.
Bit of disappointment. I forgot to cancel a pre-order, so I got 3 G.I. Joe Ultimates bats.
Oh.
I am debating. I haven't opened them. I'm debating on opening one or just selling them all on eBay. So, I don't know. I'm debating on that one. I'm not going to pick it up, but I guess like most of you, several of you. So this is me cheating because I haven't been on the show in 3 weeks. So this is not just what Brian got this week. This is over 3 weeks.
Fine.
So no.
What Brian got this month?
It's excessive. This is excessive. So so I got
go for it.
Yeah, I got had a lot of eBay sales. I have more than paid for this stuff.
And don't worry about how long it takes to go through the stuff, because after 2 weeks of me hosting, people are used to the show being at least an hour and a half long.
But I got my Guardian robot. That's fine and well and good. It's okay. I got my retro hot rod. I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
I got to get that.
I'm trying to. Oh God, what order to do this? So I'm trying to fill out my G1 and G2 collection, and that means that in some cases I've gotten rid of knockoffs and replacing them with or reissues. In this case, it's a knockoff, and replacing them with original vintage toys. So I got, this is 99.5% complete, the seller said, but I got a mostly complete G2 Devastator, yellow.
But it's the wrong color.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the red. I'm gonna get the orange too, just not right now. I at the toy convention I was at this weekend, I was looking around. I never expect to see anything that I need. I actually saw a couple things. Wasn't crazy about the condition of one. Another one I saw, the guy offered me what I thought was a pretty good deal. I found out it's an okay deal. The toy is not quite complete. It's missing a couple more items than I thought, but it's a G1 Ultra Pretender Crossblades.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
It's missing one blade and the 2 little cannon thingies that go on the side. So the blade's the big one, so I can't do much with it as a helicopter. So that's probably going to run me $40 to replace that. So, but I got that.
I guess probably could have gotten you that for you for $10.
For $10. Yeah. Speaking of pretenders, I got, this is in the box. The box is banged up though. A classic Pretender Starscream.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay.
So I'm trying to next week you're going to find out more about this. But I'm trying to fill out with certain things that I just don't have a lot of with my collection. So last couple years ago I did a spree of Action Masters. I bought a bunch of Action Masters that I didn't have. Next week it might be Micromasters. Just saying. We'll find out. Cool. Trying to figure. I'm gonna do this route now. So I mentioned how I got scammed on those McDonald's Happy Meal toys that popped up. I wanted to finish my collection. I had 2 that I was missing out of the 24 base set. So I got this like 3 weeks ago. It is the green and yellow Brawn, leaving me with 1 that I need to complete my collection.
Nice.
Turns out I already had it and I only had one to complete my collection. I didn't realize it. So I only had one to complete my collection, which was the green and blue Brawn, which I actually happened to get to finish my collection.
Yay!
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, so I have finished my collection.
Wow.
So what has this been, like a 3-year journey?
4 or 5, yeah, 3.
Okay,
3.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but I have completed
5-year mission.
Yeah, 5-year mission. I have completed my collection of McDonald's St. Louis Happy Meal mini bots,
That's fantastic.
the base set. So yeah, like it's the only with this, the only thing left are variations, like production variations, which are like nearly impossible to find. So like
I think you could call it good enough.
Well,
Yeah, you've got all the official.
So yeah,
versions.
so like yeah, I'm happy. I'm able to say that I was able to complete the collection minus production variations, like this turquoise cliff jumper that I got, which is product variation that I didn't have. So
Hey,
that does look nice.
yeah,
I like that one.
so you compare it to the it's hard to tell on camera, but they are
Yeah. Okay. So the thing with turquoise is one of those colors that doesn't really reproduce digitally, so we
Yeah.
are never going to see the accurate color of that, but we can tell there's a
So-
difference in the blues.
yeah. So I got a product variation. It's awesome. So I don't know how many are out there, but it's great to say that I got one of the product variations, and I can also say that I got a second product variation. So it is the yellow and blue gears. This one is basically it's very similar. It's different, but it's not due to oxidation. Like they are visibly different.
Yeah.
So I got 2, no more. But I completed my set plus 2 variants. So
Wow.
yeah. So I'll do this one next. Rob and I were talking about this one on Twitter. I'd mentioned that I needed Laster to have a complete Road Caesar. So I got a mint and sealed box, official Chinese Laster. So this is from the official Chinese line from 89, that came out in China. Box is in really good shape. There's a slight crease across the back that you can hardly see. But otherwise, I don't have much in the way of sealed G1. I've got a few carded toys, and I've got 1 box toy, so now I've got 2. So I'm not opening it. So I'll have to get like a loose Laster.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to actually get another Laster now.
Yeah. And one other item that I got a nice, minty, working Omega Supreme.
Ooh.
all right.
Ooh.
That must have set you back.
It did. Not as much as Laster, but
Okay.
but it's the coolest of the things I got. So
How's the
Wow.
paint?
Nice.
what?
How's the paint on it?
Fine. It's
Nice.
It's in great shape.
Yeah, the paint looks good on the webcam here at least.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got this week. That's what I got.
Well,
You got
that
Diecast is
small.
right. Diecast said you beat on quantity, but you definitely out-quality'd him.
It's going to be a
And
couple.
outspent him.
I did outspend it. I'm not gonna lie. And I have a few more things coming over the next few weeks. Something else sealed that I probably shouldn't have bought, but I need to stop. I don't have anything else up for sale right now on eBay to defray the cost of this stuff, so I need to stop. Okay. tfradio.net/Patreon or patreon.com/tfradio. If you're a patron at the touch tier, you get to be mentioned on the show each week, but patrons at all level get stuff. So all patrons get an ad-free version of the show. RFC gets posted a day early, meaning if I post it Wednesday night, which I'm not this week because we're running long, which means you would be able to get, like, the public would probably get RFC like, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. So it's not 24 hours, but it's the day before. Like, again, I said, an ad-free version. Patreons get higher bit rate. Weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast. If we have an unedited version of the show, like Don drops an F-bomb or something, please don't do that, Don. That would make the Patreon feed. The Hot 5, you get it a week early. Patrons touched here get to be on Hot 5 with Rob. And again, touched patrons get to be mentioned on the show each week. I'm going to do that now. Kevin Dorsey, AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton. Thank you all so much. You rock. And again, if you want to join our patron team at patreon.com/tfradio, they're like the coolest patrons in the world. We'd appreciate it. You can find all of our crap at tfradio.net. It's just all there. John DeLuna, who is not on the show, you can find him at that John D everywhere. Rob Springer, not here. He is at RoboRobSpringer on Twitter. You can find me at briankilby.com and on Twitter sometimes at bkilby if I haven't deleted my account that day. I have deleted my Twitter like 15 times. I'm eventually just going to let it go.
There's eventually not going to be anything left.
That's true.
Yeah.
Diecast, how do people get hold of you?
They can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can also like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast, and you can see some reviews at youtube.com/RFC Reviews.
Cool. Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4, EVR. I also have a wish list at Amazon. TFRadio. Brian, what is it again?
tfradio.net/Don list.
Thank you. And as soon as the downstairs is done with the drywall and the dry lock being done,
if you're ever actually done with it. If you're ever actually done with it the way it's going.
Yeah. Well, as soon as that's done, I'll be hosting, not hosting, but I'll be doing the show from the basement, from the dungeon, as Matt coined last week.
Uh-huh.
And I plan on letting everyone see the room as it takes shape over the course of each week as it unfolds into my displays and stuff. Also on that, on my Don's list, I do have a couple of pieces of furniture. I still need some shelving units. So if anyone would like to get me something, a few of them are on sale now. Just putting that out there. If you want to watch this unfold into the god awful mess it's going to become.
Don, what we should do is put a plaque in there for like people who like donate towards your room. It could be like the commemorative Don toy library. And you could just honor the people who made it possible.
The Starship dedication plaque for the dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bottle,
If
the
I
bottle of
buy
champagne.
you a shelf,
because with all that we're spending on the downstairs and the flooring and stuff, I'm not going with the best of shelves, but I am going with what works and what matches what I've got.
Shelves can always be replaced.
Yeah.
And there's a couple on there. They're not great, but they look good and they'll do the purpose. But if anyone wants to contribute to the declutterifying of my collection, there's that list.
if I buy you a shelf, can I send you stuff to put on it, like a Supreme Cheetor and a Death's Head 2 and that sort of stuff?
See, Diecast, what you did wrong here is that you got too specific with your inquiry. If you would have just left it at, if I buy you a shelf, can I send you stuff to put on it? You might have actually got that past him, and you could have maybe got a Supreme Cheetor in his house. Now he's just going to tell the post office to refuse any mail from you.
Yeah, and then when it arrives, I'll put it all in a pile, and then the next time I see you, if it's at BotCon or whatever the case may be, I will throw it at you and beat you upside the head with it.
Yeah.
Rob.
Okay, I'm on Twitter at Rob Flails, which is the Twitter for Flailthroughs, my YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Flailthroughs. I am still covering Gundam Battle Operation 2 even harder now because there is a open beta on Steam once again for this week, from now until April 10th. So if you want to check the game out, it is free. It's up there. If you need to know anything, I am, around and will answer questions. I also got this week finally to post a quick like overview / review of Assault Suits Vulcan Declassified for the Switch, which is a reissue of the game originally known as Cybernator for the Super Nintendo, and that's a really nice package. I'm really happy with it, and it's the game feels really good on the Classic Controller Pro too, so that was nice. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs, you can throw money at me for it, and I will keep doing it. And also, I've got tfradio.net/playlist. Same deal as all our other wish lists. You can send me things, and a small sliver of that money will go to help support the show.
Yep. Cool. Chris.
You can go to playwithphotography.com to look upon my works in despair mostly at that I have not had an opportunity to really keep up with my photography in a little while. If you want to send me some things out of the kindness of your heart, or just to, contribute to my massive clutter here because you think it's funny, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist. And if you want to just, connect to me online, chat, whatever, I'm in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. I did just this week, yesterday actually, add a new channel to our Discord server for the live reactions to like Hasbro event streams.
Genius.
So going forward, all that's going to be contained there, which like I have no problem seeing that in the main channel, but like to have all that in one place for people to go back through. Yeah, exactly. So with Brian back, hopefully long term again, I will probably sideline the other idea I had, which was a stream status announcements channel, or just like a general announcements channel. But that's
I like an announcements channel.
Yeah, we may still look into that. But I love our Discord. I love our Discord community. I'm always trying to help make things work a little bit better there, and like it's a great place to come and hang out and interact with the fandom. It's pretty much the only place I interact with fellow fans, and like I just encourage everyone, come by. You don't have to install anything, just register an account, just one. Don't be like Diecast. Diecast has like 12 accounts on our Discord server. Just sign up with Discord. You can run it from your browser, even on your phone you can run it from the browser. Super easy, and very welcoming group, great conversations that happen about Transformers, other Hasbro properties, and just general nonsense. It's really fun. Yeah. But that's the best place to come and get a hold of me if you need anything that I can help you with. And if you want to interact with the live show, every Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern, we're streaming usually. So it's we love interacting with our Discord community during the show. We did that a little bit this week. We're kind of getting back in the hang of it after a couple of weeks of not being able to, but as we get back into normalcy here, that's going to pick back up like it used to. So definitely come and check us out. I don't think you'll regret it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Everything Chris said.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Well, it's late. I need to walk the dogs. Hopefully they didn't poop all over my living room. So I'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Did you say dogs plural? Oh, yeah. I
have 3 dogs.
I know. I always forget about poor Charlie and
Chester. Yeah.
Chester.
Recording stopped.
Okay. See if
Did my audio hold up through?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
People watching live, I'm going to kill the stream. So let me do that now, which means I have to Control-Alt-Delete because somehow my exploit didn't crash. We'll see you.
See you next week.
See you.
Take care.
Okay. I'll have less week, hopefully.